which I'm just going to give our panelists a minute to kind of bit of signposting, a little bit of reminder of what resources their companies offer or they recommend. Doesn't have to be from your company. So Will, do you want to start with you?
Sure. So at Childnet, we've got lots of resources for educators working with children and for parents and carers at childnet.com. And we organise Safer Internet Day, as I mentioned before, which happens every February. So you've just missed it this time around, but there'll be one next year. And we'll provide free educational resources to help schools get on board and get involved. And we've also got other opportunities. So we have a film competition, which is open now to get young people getting creative, using a medium they love to carry messages to other young people about the topic of online safety. And it's a great way of getting young people to learn about it in disguise, if you like, because they're focused very much on creating and working together to creating a film, but it teaches about online safety, but also about copyright and other things. So you can find all information about all of that stuff on childnet.com.
Thanks, Will. Bhavina?
So we have our campaign page, which is called Ask About Games. It's actually getting a massive refresh. So I'll pop the link in the chat. But when you look at it in April, it will be a shiny new hub with some dedicated resources around games for you to download. So we've been working hard over the last year on that. So hopefully it will be useful for you guys, but look out for our Instagram page as well, which again will be new. Point parents to that. It's really helpful for kind of tips and tricks. And if you are a Loose Women fan, you will see that we would have worked with Judy Love last summer to launch a campaign about power-ups, and that's also on the campaign page. So have a look, download the pact, get involved, speak to your kids about games. It's fun, and maybe play a game with them in the evening.
Well, that's a lovely idea. Or in the classroom. Merve?
I think the number one thing is to recognize these are important conversations, and actually your children want to have them. The kids, those that you support in your classroom or even your own, these are all really important conversations that they love to talk about, and they love to show you that they know more than you. I think it's really being authentic and really wanting to be a part of that understanding and part of that world, and really getting a sense of what is critical to them, but that you can still, even though you don't understand everything they talk about, you can still be a guide in how they navigate these worlds by providing, again, those fundamental things around relationships, about appropriate communication, about things to look out for. But that does mean you need to know how things work, potentially where they work, and then also that you're providing it in really what we said a lot here in discussion-based activities, opportunities for them to really look at the more global conversation, not necessarily at their own. It's so hard when the focus is on them and talking about their experiences, but it's a lot easier for a young person to say, you know what this person should have done? They should have thought about this first. It's easy to talk about everyone else before they talk about themselves. One of the things that we've done with the organization, so we've got all these great free resources too. Our resources are great, but we know there are so many great resources, especially in the UK. We've actually created a progression chart of not just our resources, but some of our resources around friends like Childnet, actually, that are doing great things to help continue these conversations and really dive deeper. So this is free for everyone to use. It gives you, again, a little mix of what Common Sense is created for schools in the UK, but especially some of the great resources that already exist that tie into these really important conversations.
Thank you, Merve. And last but not least, Nicola?
Yeah, I bow to everyone else in terms of the free resources that you have available. So please do go to Childnet and everywhere else. I'll just say if you're a teacher and you're looking up a research article and there's a paywall, which is often the case, then you can always get in contact with me, and I can always resource those papers for you as well, and look into them, summarize them for you in a kind of in a more concise way than having to read a whole academic journal. So please do get in touch if you find anything in the kind of academic world that has a gatekeeper in front of you.
Great little kind of cheat sheet